This is the Washington Times front page for Thursday, April 6th, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen warned that democracy is under threat and underscored the need to keep the beacon of freedom shining during a meeting with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Guy Taylor and Tom Howe report the two met at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in California. In one recognition of the sensitivity of the event, McCarthy reportedly scrubbed his plan to hold the meeting in Taiwan and said that he had no current plans to visit the island. McCarthy made no apologies for the meeting in a later interview, saying he supported continued arms sales to Taiwan and deepening trade and technology links. Tsai, whose party appears to be leaning toward independence from China, is finishing a second four-year term in office. The grisly killing of a Virginia woman has put a spotlight on the wave of brazen crime gripping Washington, D.C. Matt Delaney reports D.C. Metropolitan Police officers found 31-year-old Christy Bautista with 30 stab wounds inside her hotel room at the Ivy City Hotel last Friday. Responding officers arrested bloodied ex-convict George Sindor Jr. at the scene and confiscated a large kitchen knife that was partially broken. Bautista was in town from Harrisonburg, Virginia, to attend a concert. Sindor has a lengthy criminal record that includes convictions for robbery, burglary, and a sex offense. He's now facing first-degree murder charges. Crime in the district is up 24% just over 3 months into the year, with violent crime up 3%. A 32% increase in homicides, a 22% increase in carjackings, and a 76% increase in sex abuse crimes are the main drivers of growing concern about public safety. Congress stepped in last month to overturn an effort by D.C. leaders to reduce some criminal penalties. Some critics say Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's 34 felony charges against former President Trump hinge on legal theories that make it a weak case. Jeff Murdoch reports Bragg charged Trump with falsifying business records to conceal hush money payments to an adult film actress and others. Falsifying business records is a typical misdemeanor under New York law, but the law allows the charge to be upgraded to a felony if the records are falsified to commit or conceal another crime. Bragg elevated the charges to felonies, but neither the indictment nor the accompanying statement of facts spells out the second crime. You can read all of these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. You can also find the entire lineup of Washington Times podcasts at WashingtonTimes.com/podcasts. Some prominent civil rights figures, including the Reverend Al Sharpton, are calling the arrest of former President Donald Trump a moment of social justice. Dave Boyer reports Sharpton noted Trump was arrested in New York on Tuesday on the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968. He said the arrest was sort of a spiritual payback for Trump's policies as president and for his call for the death penalty in 1989 for 5 black and Hispanic teenagers who were wrongfully imprisoned and later exonerated of raping a white woman in Central Park. In part 2 of his series, Sean Salai looks at the challenges facing liberal arts programs at colleges and universities. With liberal arts students paying premium tuition rates but earning half the income of their classmates in science and engineering, universities have started closing humanities departments and trimming traditional subjects. Dozens of small liberal arts colleges have folded or downsized since the COVID-19 pandemic, and education specialists say liberal arts produce the majority of employment-challenged graduates. And finally, a new study finds that parents who took their adolescent children to gender clinics said they experienced pressure to agree to the transition process. Of the 390 parents who said they had visited a gender clinic or specialist, Valerie Richardson reports 51.8% said they felt pressure to transition their child socially or medically. 23.6% said they didn't feel pressured, and 24.6% said they were unsure. The findings were published this week in the Archives of Sexual Behavior in a study led by a professor at Northwestern University. The study was based on more than 1,500 parents who responded to an online survey from December 2017 through October 2021 about the experiences of their children, ages 11 through 21. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.